That's what I said. Riff's drinking, oh no. Ask me anything. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Drunk confessions. Baby, you might learn a few things about your boyfriend tonight. What do you know about them apples? Do you know what that could do to a relationship?
What?
Do you know? Do you know what I've done in my past?
Yeah.
Do you know what I've done in my future?
You don't even know what you've done in your future.
Yeah, you're in big trouble. I just want to know. I just want to know where the hell you stand in all of this. Because we got an issue. Oh, turn this bitch on right here. Oh, shit! Oh, no. Oh, no. We fitting to get crazy. We fitting to get crazy. Fuck you. First of all, whoever the fuck you are watching me right now, fuck you. Lazy Gamer. Dang, F you too. Lazy, that was you? Yeah, man. Well, I don't fucking take it back, bro. Fuck you, Lazy. No, I'm just playing, bro. How the hell are you doing tonight? Mr. Man, come on. Come on. Give me a hug, bro. How you doing? How you doing? Is everything good with you, man? What's going on with you, bro? Feeling good? Hanging out, relaxing, chilling, doing what you gotta do. Hey, I'm drinking.
Kid Zeta Beats.
My buddy called me out, he got me get the vodka. So I had to go on out and now I'm feeling a bit provocative. So when I get it off it, so I gotta pour my drink out. When I get my drink out, then sometimes I get my dink out. When I get my dink on, you know I gotta get them pregnant. Pregnant when I'm feeling, yo, I gotta get a segment. Segment on the motherfucking channel when I'm wrecking. Raw Mexico don't wanna give me that record. I'll destroy him in a debate. Feeling when I coming down and I equate. But you don't wanna feel me, my estate. It's so goddamn big the way I feel it on plates. I fill it up, we get it gravy good. Steak where and does it.
Trap camp. Trap camp.
Gun in your hand. Blah, blah. fucking feeling? Yo, what you most feeling? Vodka. Vodka. Oh, my boy's not screaming yet. Now, you know, we got to talk about a few things. Who's on tonight? Why am I not getting viewers? Must be somebody on tonight. That's important. It is Friday night. Nice. Let's get a nice little ring to it. I haven't seen you in a goddamn minute. How are you doing, bro? Enjoying some nice concentrates. Enjoying myself. Drinking some Absolute with a little bit of Rockstar. Enjoying myself, sir. You guys want to talk about? That's why I haven't been on. Got you. Hopefully for the better. What y'all want to talk about? What's relevant in your town? Betty Boop, what's going on? What's going on in your neck of the woods? What's relevant? How's you doing? Baby, I'm wondering how you doing. Forget how I'm doing. How are you doing? That's what I want to know. Because I'm wondering what's going on in the world. How you doing? You're in a different country than me. Fuck America for 5 seconds. I'm wondering how the fuck you doing. Are you a football fan? I'm nerding out on Fallout, man. Much love, Riff. Check you later. Then you go nerd out, lazy. You go do what you gotta do. Lazy, do you want the rest of this? You answer me that question. Before you go, you answer me that question. Do you want the rest of this? Do you want that? Do you want the rest of this? I'll mail it to you right now. Oh, stop it. Get over here, bro. Get the fuck over here. Are you tucked in? Are you feeling it? Feeling it? Get in here. Get in here. It feels good. Can I play you something? Fatality. Can I play you something, bro? Something that only you and me will understand. Can I play you something? Is that okay? Can I do that for you, brother? I got something really special that I want you to see and that I want you to hear. Now, I understand you're not from my country, right? Lazy, you're from America. Fatality is also from America. Am I correct? Betty Boop is from the UK. You got time for me? You got time for me, Fatality? I got something really cool to show you, alright? Give me just 1 second, Fatality. Memphis, that's where you're from. Nah, I wouldn't do that to you. I got time. Peace. Lazy, you make me feel like a fucking piece of shit. Lazy, can I tell you something, Lazy? I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you, brother. I love you to pieces. But 2:30 a.m. Betty, go to bed, Betty. Betty, shh. It's late where Betty is. Shh, quiet. Lazy, you gotta go to... I feel like I'm ripping you off, bro. You paid for a service. Hey, keep it down over there. It's 2:30 a.m. where Betty lives. I got to go. Sorry I couldn't stay longer. Just wanted to stop by and say, well, then you did that, sir. You came in and did what you had to do, and I appreciate that. Lazy up in the motherfucking house. No, Lazy's gone, bro. He said, fuck you, Fatality. He's got a kingdom to go and save. Okay. You, sir. I want to share this with you, Fatality. Not just you, but my boy Steven, my boy Hater Terminator, anybody, and my boy Ron Mexico, anybody that's on the other political spectrum of me, right? I want to share this with you. And this has nothing to do with politics, really. It's more or less of an understanding. Does that make sense? And I really love this, man. I really love this. Shedded a tear to my eye. I thought this was awesome. And I want to share it with y'all. We're going to share it right now. You ready?
With all due respect, I don't have pity for you black niggas. That's the way I feel. Screaming Black Lives Matter, all the black guys rather be deadbeats than pay your bills. Yelling nigga this and nigga that. Call everybody nigga and get a nigga mad. As soon as I say nigga, then everyone react and wanna swing at me and call me racist cause I ain't black. Well, pound that then. Talking about slavery like you was around back then. Like you was picking cotton off the fucking ground back then. Like you was on the plantation getting down back then. Alright. Look. I see a black man aiming his gun, but I'd rather see a black man claiming his son. And I don't mean just for one day and you done. I mean, you still trapped in a rut. I work my ass off and pay my taxes for what? So you can keep living on free government assistance, food stamps for your children, but you still trying to sell them for some weed and some liquor or a fucking babysitter while you party on the road cause you ain't got no fucking goals? You already late. You motherfuckers need to get your damn priorities straight. Wait. It's like you proud to be fake, but you lazy as fuck. And you rather sell drugs and get a job and be straight, and then you turn around and complain about the poverty rate.
You heard this one, Fatal? Bro,
Escape problems.
if you heard it already, then you understand where I'm coming from. People don't understand this racism game, bro. I got nothing but love, bro. Some of the... Man, I got nothing but compassion. Nothing but love, man. Straight up love, bro. I'm a really humble dude, man. Really humble, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be chill, bro. I really do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a smile on my face. Like, everything chill, bro. But the thing is like, you know, a lot of people want to take my thoughts. A lot of people want to take my ideologies and the way I talk, the way I think, man. They want to think it's racist or I'm a neo-Nazi or some shit just because I want to bring light to certain topics, man. You know, I'm like, bro, you know, I'm one of the coolest cats you'll ever meet, man. One of the coolest dudes ever, bro. I'm not racist. I'll tell you that right now. But when I talk about it, it's like, man, it's a big problem, especially with some of my boys, some of my people. It's a big problem, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, I just come with the love, bro. I just come with the love. That's it, man. I just want to talk about the critical issues. I'm not a Netflix guy. I don't talk about the weather. I ain't a small talks bro, man. I want to talk about the big shit. I want to talk about real issues, man. Critical thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for the bullshit. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, bro. It's just me, man. It's just me. it's just me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's two sides to every story. I wish I knew yours. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the boy rap. Listen to the boy rap for a minute, bro. Listen to this.
I wish that I knew yours. I'm not racist. I swear. With all disrespect, I don't really like you white motherfuckers. That's just where I'm at. Screaming all lives matter is a protest to my protest. What kind of shit is that? And that's one war you'll never win. The power in the word nigga is a different sin. We shouldn't say it, but we do, and that's just what it is. But that don't mean that you can say it just cause you got nigga friends. Nigga. That word was originated for you to keep us under. That when we use it, we know that's just how we greet each other. And when you use it, we know there's a double meaning under. And even if I wasn't picking cotton physically, that don't mean I'm not infected by the history. My grandmama was a slave. That shit gets to me, and you ain't got no motherfucking sympathy, you pussy nigga. I'm sorry, you can never feel my life. Trying to have faith, but I never feel alright. It's hard to elevate when this country's ran by whites, judging me by my skin color and my blackness. Trying to find a job, but ain't nobody call me back yet. Now I gotta sell drugs and put food in my cabinet. You crackers ain't slick, this is all a part of your tactics. Don't talk about no motherfucking taxes when I ain't making no dough. You think you know everything, but you don't. You wanna copy our slang and everything that we know. Try to steal black culture and make it your own. Whoa. Fuck, I'm exhausted. I can't even drive without the cops trying to start shit. I'm tired of this systematic racism bullshit. All you do is false shit, just the shit that I'm false with. And you don't know shit about my people, that's what bothers you. You don't know about no fried chicken or no barbecue. You don't know about the two-step or no loose change. You don't know about no 2 chains or no Kool-Aid. You don't know. And even though Barack was half as black, you hated President Obama. I know that's a fact. You couldn't wait to get him out and put a cracker back. And then you gave us Donald Trump, and that was payback for that. I'm not racist. I never lied, but I noticed a disconnect between your culture and mine. Yeah, I praised Tupac like he was a fucking god. He was fighting for his life way before he fucking died. Nigga, die, nigga. And all you care about is money and power and being ugly, and that's the cracker within you. Hatred all in your brain and slowly start to convince you. Then you teach it to your children until the cycle continue. Blame it on Puerto Rico, blame it on OJ, blame it on everybody except for your own race. Blame it on black niggas and blame it on black citizens. Aim at the black businesses. I ain't saying I'm innocent, but I might be any day now. Treating everybody how you want in any way how. I swear North Korea about to bomb us any day now. And now I'm ducking every time I hear a fucking plane now. Shit. You know I make a lot of sense, but you just can't admit it. When Eminem went against Trump, that was the illest. Cause even though he's white, he let us know he's standing with us. I'm not racist, but I cry a lot. You don't know what it's like to be in a frying pot. You don't know what it's like to mind your business and get stopped by the cops. And I know if you about to die or not. You worry about your life, so you take mine. I love you, but I fucking hate you at the same time. I wish we could trade shoes and we could change lives so we can understand each other more, but that'll take time. I'm not racist. It's like we living in the same building but split into both sides. I'm not racist. But there's 2 sides to every story, and now you know mine. Can't erase the scars with a bandage. I'm hoping maybe we can come to an understanding.
Get the fuck in here, bro. Get the fuck in here, bro.
I'm not racist.
Let me fucking hug, man. What you know about that? What the fuck do you know about that? What other stream you gonna get this on? What other stream you gonna get this on? What kind of stream you gonna get this love on right here? Give me a fucking hug, bro. What other stream you gonna get this love on, bro? You fucking name me one! What other stream you gonna get this love on, bro?
What was that like being a therapist?
Ain't gonna happen, bro.
What did you talk about?
Ain't gonna happen, bro.
What was that like being a therapist? What did you
For real, bro. Fatality. Right fucking there, dude. Right there. Hater Terminator. Stephen King. Fatality. All my colored brothers. All my colored brothers, man. For real. They trying to tear us apart. For real. They're trying to tear us apart. Delic. Everybody. Joseph Young. How many of them? David City of Trees. How many of them? Out there. How many of them? My brothers. All of them my brothers, man. For real. You fucking serious right now? They're all my brothers. All of them. United. United we stand, man. Americans. All of us. You feel me? You feel me? And saying, I'm a little drunk. I guarantee I'm a little drunk. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a little buzz. But that don't matter, bro. That don't matter. I'm still feeling the love, man. I still feel the love. I feel the love. And this ain't no bullshit. I'm trying to tell you right now. This is not no bullshit. I'm trying to tell you for real. And when I see shit like that, bro, I got a black niece. I got a black uncle. 2 Jamaican uncles that were married into the family. You know what I mean? I had Jamaican dumplings when I was a young teenager. You know what I'm saying? I had a black niece sitting there like this. Like this. Watching me play guitar. Just watching me. You know what I'm saying? I miss her terribly. You feel me? It's crazy how life goes. The way it goes, man, it's just so fast. It really is. You know, if you don't take time to stop and smell the roses, man. A lot of kids, they even say. And when I was a kid, time used to move slow when I was a kid. Now it moves so fast. Everyone wants to talk about it. Even the kids be saying time moves fast. You never know, bro. You never know. Use my girlfriend as an example. You never know. She wrote a poem for her best friend. I told her, recite that poem. Quick. Don't waste no time. But the job got in the way. Things happen. Life is short. Life is in the moment. You feel me? I'm not drunk. I'm just saying. Life is in the moment. I feel good right now. That's why I want to talk like this. I feel good right now. So anyways, the point is, life is in the moment. You feel it. You want to know what the key to life is? It's not that hard, bro. Let me tell you. It's experiences. Many of them as you can. You want to have as many experiences. Baby, am I right? Mm-hmm. Am I right? Don't just say it. Think about it. Am I right, though?
What do you mean I can't just say it? Trust me, I know more than anybody.
Don't just say it. Think about it. Experiences is the most important thing to life. Whether they're bad, whether they're good. Even though my girlfriend lost 2 best friends, she had the joy of having 2 best friends. You understand what I'm trying to say? She had the joy of knowing 2 people that were incredibly compassionate and loved her to pieces. You know what I mean? And they're waiting for her on the other side. Mrs. Riff in the building. And I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting for the people that died. I'm waiting for those that believe in me. So, the thing is, when you think that you're alone, shit, you ain't alone. You ain't alone, man. What's up, young Uncle Fester? I kind of do like, let me get rid of the sunglasses for a second. Morticia. Fester Adams. I'm an Adams. Is that about right? Listen, man. You see my eyes, bro? Baby, look at my eyes.
What?
Do I look fucked up?
You sound fucked up.
Sugi in the building. spot on. So, I was looking for my boy JP, because my boy JP was the one that got me drunk tonight. And I'm talking a little shit. I am. I'm feeling a little drunk. There's no question about that. But that's alright. How you feeling, Shuggy? What's going on? Shuggy is alert. There's fucking Batcave. There he is. Alright. Wanted to play a little guitar, if that's okay with you guys. If that's alright. I know I'm not the most popular playroom person in the world. But if it'd be alright if I play a little guitar for you bros, that'd be exciting for me. I'd like to do that. Fatality. Fatality. Are you ready to do a little... Fartality! Get out of here with that. Fartality. Yes, bullshiggy. Alright, let me get the beats on. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to do my favorite first, as you already know. Something burning?
I just blew out a candle.
Oh. Shuggy, fuck off! You cocksucking son of a bitch. Every time I pick up this goddamn guitar, I want to have a good time with you. You gotta fucking take off. I'm getting tired of it. You son of a bitch. Son of a Shiggy just dissed me. Just dropped my pick. Alright. Shuggy is giving me this shit, and I don't like it. Respect to you, Shuggy. Wow, I suck right now, dude. I'm fucking really wasted. old Randy Rhodes. Shuggy said he'd rap. Dude, I suck right now. Fucking fester in this bitch. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. Eddie V, fuck. If I want some Eddie V, I gotta do some finger tapping for Eddie V. There's something wrong here. Blasphemy, I'm a Leo. Fuck it up. I suck. I'm too drunk to play. I'm honestly drunk. I'm having a hard time. Baby, I'm drunk. I'm having a hard time playing. Can you hear it? Can you hear me struggling?
Yeah.
Ooh. Cleo? Fuck that bitch.
Production.
that shit, man. I just want to play some riffs. I just want to play a little riff, man. I'm too drunk to play, man. That sucks. Terrible guitar playing, dude. Terrible. Jesus Christ, I'm embarrassing myself over here. Terrible guitar playing. You know what I'm saying, kitty? Look at this poor boy right here. Look at him, look at him. Look at the boy. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Then we'll come back and talk about some cool shit. See if we can't muster up some viewers in here. Talk about some wild stuff. I guarantee I can muster up a crowd. You just give me a second. I'll go to the bathroom. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get into some topics. Oh yes. You already know how we do this. Have you been to this show before? You know the show? Do you? Never been to this show. We about to get into it. What you want to get into? We get into all kinds of shit. I was thinking about, maybe, what are we talking about? Maybe we get into a little bit of, well, a guy stabbed a girl over 20 cents. That's one thing. Got a few things to get into. Absolutely. Always a couple things to get into. Of course, we got conspiracy theories. Always conspiracy theory. Always got those to get into. Was the kitty. You know, as a kid. Oh, yeah. I'll be right back. But I'm going to put something on so you guys can have a good time.
So, here's the deal. Mike Flynn just pled guilty to a charge of lying to the FBI. We'll explain what that means. The Republicans are going to pass a tax cut today. We'll explain what that means. And Kate Stanley's killer was just let go on charges of murder. He will still go to jail on gun charges. We'll explain what that means. So lots of explaining to do. Plus the mailbag. So many things. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is the Ben Shapiro Show. Well, some days are like drinking from a fire hose, and this is that day. There are just too many big news stories happening all at once, and I'm sure that by the end of the show, another big news story will have broken, destroying the rest of the structure of the show. But before we get to any of the big news, and it is really big news today, first I want to say thank you to our sponsors over at Birch Gold. If all of this makes you feel just a little unsettled, if all of this makes you feel like perhaps you want some solidity in your life, you should have some of your money in precious metals. Everyone's portfolio, at least part of it, should be in precious metals. The people to go to for that are the folks over at Birch Gold. Thanks to a little-known IRS tax law, you can even move your IRA or eligible 401k into an IRA backed by physical gold and silver, which is perfect for people who want to ensure that their hard-earned retirement savings are protected from either inflation or any stock market crashes that may be to come. They have a long-standing track record over at Birch Gold of continued success, thousands of satisfied clients, countless five-star reviews, and A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Contact our friends over at Birch Gold Group right now to request a free 16-page information kit on physical precious metals. To get that kit, go over to www.birchgold.com/Ben. That's birchgold.com/Ben. That lets them know that we sent you. And make sure you ask all your questions. Make sure that you get all your answers. And then when you're ready to invest in precious metals, Birch Gold, those are the people to talk to about it. birchgold.com/Ben. So, okay, here we go. So the breaking news from this morning, just before the show, is that the FBI has basically now made clear that Mike Flynn lied to them. So Mike Flynn just pled guilty to a charge of lying to the FBI. What did he lie to the FBI about? Apparently he lied to the FBI because he had been speaking with the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, in order to convince Kislyak to lay off of backlash against the United States after the Obama administration, in its waning days, as retaliation for supposed Russian election interference, put new sanctions on the Russians. And you recall that Putin didn't respond to that, and there was speculation that was because Flynn had reached out to Putin and told him, don't do it, things are going to change come January 20th. I said at the time, I don't see what is particularly wrong with that. He was a transition official. It was already pretty clear he was going to be part of the administration. There's no real violation of law there, so what's the big deal? The fact, though, that he was allowed to plead on only the charge with regard to lying to the FBI suggests to me that he is about to flip on the Trump administration, and that suspicion has now been confirmed. The reason I say that this is pretty clearly a plea deal that minimizes what Flynn did is because there have been reports coming out of the Mueller probe that they were investigating Flynn for having made a deal with the Turkish government to kidnap a guy who's a Turkish dissenter from the United States and send him back to Turkey. They've been paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by the Turkish government. In other words, it looks like there were more serious charges on the table, and in exchange for those charges going away, Flynn took this much lesser charge in order to get this thing over with. So according to ABC News, here's what they are saying. They are now saying that Flynn had resisted flipping on other members of the administration for months, given his close ties with the Trump administration.
Hey, Riff. Hey, Fatality.
She
predict her own death?
Legal debts and plans to sell his house to help defray costs, according to ABC News. This is one of the big problems, seriously, one of the big problems with the thanks to mounting legal debts and plans to sell his house to help defray costs, according to ABC News. This is one of the big problems, seriously, one of the big problems with with special counsel investigations. Everyone is forced to lawyer up. Lawyers are incredibly expensive. If you are just a normal person, you can't afford the lawyering up that it costs to fight people like Robert Mueller, and there was no one there to pick up the cost for Mike Flynn. So in order to defray those costs, he's apparently cutting a deal with the Mueller investigation. Brian Ross on ABC News Special Report is reporting that Flynn has promised, quote, full cooperation to the Mueller team and is prepared to testify that as a candidate, Donald Trump, quote, directed him to make contact with the Russians. Now, the people on the left are going nuts. Clearly, we're almost there. We're almost there, gang. This means that Mike Flynn is going to testify that Donald Trump told him to coordinate campaign activities with the Russians, and that's why Hillary Clinton lost the election. That is not clear by any stretch of the imagination. There is lots of coordination between the Hillary Clinton team, for example, and we know members of the Ukrainian government. The idea that members of campaigns don't talk to foreign officials.
Oh,
is just not
fucking
true.
right,
It's quite
bro.
possible that Trump told Flynn, I want you to go talk to Putin, talk to him about what their priorities are, what our priorities are if I become president of the United States. None of that is illegal. None of that is illegal. The only thing that would be illegal is, presumably, if there's actually conspiracy and exchange of information that would be designed to subvert the United States election, and there are actual conspiracy laws, then you'd have to see if they violate them legally, and that's a little bit
V-Twin in the
difficult to prove. Collusion
building.
is not a crime. In other words, even if collusion occurred,
What's
that would
up,
be
brother?
grounds for the political crime of impeachment, that would require impeachment, but it's not grounds for any actual crime that has been committed. Collusion is not a crime. There is no statute on collusion. It's a vague term of art. So this does not get all the way toward proving anything about Trump. We still have to see what Flynn has to say. Now, there are two possibilities here. One is that Flynn is actually going to say some stuff that's really damaging about the president. In favor of this possibility is the reality that Mueller cut a deal with Flynn that basically let Flynn almost entirely off the hook for all of these other charges. So why would you cut such a deal that was generous to Flynn? Because Flynn's about to give you a bunch of good stuff. Right? Think of your godfather. Right? Frank Pentangeli is going to get off the hook so long as he testifies against Michael Corleone. Okay, the reason that you're going to downgrade charges is because you're trying to get Flynn to actually give you valuable information. If you don't believe Flynn has valuable information, you don't cut a deal with him at all. You just send him to jail. So that's cutting in favor of that. There's also the possibility, however, that the special counsel is charging Flynn on the lying to the FBI charge, because what he's hoping is that now he's going to be able to go after other members of the Trump administration for the same thing.
Whoop. Oh, my God, I suck.
That there will be a sort of domino effect that he's sort of fishing. That what he's doing here is he's going to nail Flynn on the lying to the FBI charge, get him to plead out on that, and then they're going to go back and talk to some other folks who have talked to the FBI, I think in the administration. That includes, I think Kushner has talked to the FBI. I think there's several other members of the administration who have talked to the FBI. The possibility exists that they will try to have Flynn testify against those people and then try and get those people on charges of lying to the FBI and try and flip this upward, right? Create a domino effect, and maybe one of those people flips on the president and finally spills the beans about the president. But that is not the same thing as Flynn himself is directly going to implicate the president in any sort of criminal activity. So it's a little early for all of the speculation that's going on. It is not clear by any stretch of the imagination that all of this is is going to bring down the president of the United States. There is a lot of I think unbased speculation from both sides. People on the right going, "This is a big nothing," right? They didn't charge him with anything.
Let me just interject a little bit. This whole bring down the president thing, it's really murky to me, because this whole bring down the president thing, it's just really weird to me. You know, I've really never seen anything like that. V-Twin, yes, that is a definite. That's a definite, sir. But as far as the whole bring down the president, I don't really get that. I really don't. How do you propose to bring down the president? Really bold statement. Wouldn't you agree? Really bold statement. Now, what allegations do you have to bring down the president? What allegations do you have to bring down anyone? Laura Croft from Mexico, myself, NorCal, Dr. Jekyll, Listwitz. What allegations do you have to bring down somebody like Donald Trump? Anyone for that matter. We gotta come with the right facts. Pictures, videos, commentary. Pictures, for sure. Comments, captions, quotes. You gotta come with that shit. If you don't come with that shit, then you're bearing nothing. Am I correct? You're bearing nothing. No allegations, no charges. No allegations, no charges. Because if you don't have the evidence, how can you allegate? You got nothing. Got to come with it. And it's like, every time I see this New York Times or CNN or anything like that, easily debunkable. Challenge me. Please. Challenge me. I know a lot of people that believe CNN, for example. Norville! My motherfucking man! What do you think about Tom DeLonge claims? I don't know about that one. Let's look it up. Because I don't know about that one. Glad you came in. Glad you're offering. Riff, why must I feel depressed constantly? I have cash, I own it all. I don't think I'll ever be happy. Jason, welcome to my world. Norville, can you take a back seat just for a second? Jason? Welcome to my world, Jason. Give me 1 second, sir. Jason, my friend. Riff, why must I feel depressed constantly? I don't understand it. I have cash. I own it all. I don't think I'll ever be happy. Jason, I don't want to be a buzzkill, and you're not. I have no one to speak with. LOL. It's not an LOL situation. You know it, and I know it. It's not a laugh out loud situation. Bro, let me show you something. Can I show you something? Can I be real with y'all, bros? Look at this. Okay? Alright? Oh, hold on. Oh. It's a tragedy. But the problem is we got music now, right? Am I correct? We got music playing. That's what it is, yeah. Our studio, but the problem is we got music playing now. But, Jason, I know exactly how you feel. I'm actually going to counseling right now. I'm taking a medicine called citalopram. I go through anti-anxiety and depression myself. I know exactly what you're talking about. And you have no one to turn to. I feel you. I feel you, bro. I don't know one to turn to myself. But the thing is, we got to keep it strong for the people that count on us. You know what I mean? When you see the world has no reason, it creates unhappiness. That's very true. So we need to create our own reason. And you don't want to be a buzzkill, and you're not being a buzzkill. That's not how I look at it. You need a place to vent, and I get you. I really do. I take counseling, and I take an antidepressant. Right here. Okay? So, I'm just being real with you. I'm being very real with you. And depression is something I battle every day. Now, through my entrepreneurship, through Riff Rags and Trends, you see it over here at the bottom right. Facebook, Riff Rags and Trends. Through that company, I have learned to kind of discipline myself and Learn how to make my own money. Because I have a lot of problems where you're unhappy, right? So you probably are bitter. I'm a bitter man. You bitter? I'm a bitter guy. So if you're bitter and you go to your workplace and you're a bitter man, then a lot of the things that you talk about, especially if you're a guy like me that talks about really critical information and critical topics, doesn't really fit in the workplace. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to pick and choose your battles, pick and choose your thoughts, things like that. Things you want to talk about. A lot of the times blinders are the best way. My girlfriend's going through that right now. She's putting up the blinders so she doesn't have to talk to anybody at work because people are kind of giving her an issue. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say to you, Jason. I really don't. Because I go through the same thing. Do your meds really help? Honey, can you answer that question?
What?
Do my meds really help?
You're definitely better with your negativity. But I think talking things out has helped too. I think if you have money and you think you have everything in the world, you find very quickly that you actually don't. Money can't buy everything in the world, as you're seeing.
Man, Jason, you feel that? Jason, this is love, dog. I go through the same shit you go through, bro. You feel that, bro? Tuck it in there, bro. Alright, man? I go through the same shit. I go through the same shit you're going through. Alright? You feel me? I go to counseling. I take an antidepressant. Okay? I have charges, criminal charges against me. Anybody can Google it. It's not a big deal. Anybody can Google it. I have criminal charges against me. I have a hard time getting a job. A real W-2. That's why I do entrepreneurial work. And we both bump neck room. That's what's up. Sam. I know exactly what you're going through. Exactly what you're going through. I've lost family members because of mental issues. We'll just say mental issues. We don't need to get into the detail. But the thing is I've lost family members over literally mental issues, depression, anxieties. You feel me? It's just, to me, it's a shame because of the things that I've gone through in life where my mom moved around. I was in like 26, 27 different schools growing up. It's a lot of schools. Okay, it's a lot of schools. I was in a lot of different schools. Franklin School, Edwards School. I don't even remember the school that I went to on top of the hill. Webster School. Man, Skinner Road. So many different schools. Point is, as I was going through school and I got put on different meds at a very young age. I got put on Ritalin at 7 years old. When you go through life at that age and you go to through different schools and things like that, they put you in a special ed or a special learning class or a special disability class. Thing is I'm really smart. And I blame that on one-on-one teaching. I had a lot of one-on-one teaching growing up. My mom put me through summer camp. I also signed up for the Big Brother program. So there was a lot of times that I had guidance in my life that a lot of other kids didn't. And I was put into special situations and special classes that, what do I want to say? That nurtured me, and kind of let me be lazy. I hate to say it like that, but that's sort of the truth. Let me be lazy in a sense that I could pass the grades and I could sort of skip along school through behavioral patterns and not grades. So when I got to about 15, 16 years old, I ended up taking a class for my GED. I ended up getting my GED at a pretty young age. I went through night school to get my high school diploma. Now, because of PTSD and the things that I went through as a traumatic childhood, I didn't even know I had a high school diploma. My mom literally had to bring it out of the closet and show it to me. Personally, show it to me. Before I even believed her. I went through a lot of phases in my life. A lot of phases. Criminal activity, sexual bullshit. I was molested at a time. I was abused physically, mentally. I've been through a lot. And when I come to realize that I was having an issue in life, it was about 14, probably 14, 15 years old. I ended up spending 4 months in a suicide hospital. 4 months. It was a really rough time in my life. And that place that I spent time in was called Charter Brookside. It was in Nashua, New Hampshire. And it actually got shut down for malpractice. So a lot of the records that I had there, they're gone. They're gone and I can't get them back. And now that I probably 3 or 4 times through hell and back, had to be resourceful, gave a fuck about me. And that's where I learned how to be independent. I wasn't alone. There's times in my life that I felt like I was dog food to survive. I've been through hell and back more times than I can count. You're growing up. You get forced out into the world. But you're not ready for it. You were coddled. You were taken care of, too. And it's rough. It's tough. It's hard to get back on that road. Hard to get back in that life once you failed. And I've failed more times than I can count. I've failed a lot. But something inside me, keeps struggling for more. The riff rags and trends, for example. Keep struggling for more. I keep struggling. I keep wanting to make something out of what I do. I don't expect to get famous off the Playroom. Nah. It's a place for me to make like-minded individuals, meet like-minded people, and possibly make a few connections, which is great. And if that happens, then awesome. But for my haters, fuck y'all, bro. You couldn't walk a mile in my shoes, man. You couldn't fucking handle it. I'll tell you that right now. Y'all couldn't handle it. You think you can handle it. You think you got it rough. Eat dog food to survive. Come back at me. Watch your best friend get stomped out. Come back at me. Watch gang activity happen in your neighborhood. Come back at me. Watch your mom get slapped around. Come back at me. Get sexually molested. Come back at me. Just saying. Y'all don't know what it's like. Until you walk the mile of the shoes of a man that's depressed. Y'all think it's fucking easy. Get over it. Pfft. You get over it, motherfucker. Fuck you. It's not that easy. Shit in life is hard. Traumatizing situations happen. And you can't change the fact that they happen. PTSD is repressed memories. Sometimes they hit you. Sometimes they hit you. And when they do, you gotta deal with it. These are the things that happen. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to depression, I might understand more than anyone else. I might understand more than anyone. So when it comes to depression, you came to the right place. Because I feel for you, bro. I do. I feel for you because I feel for myself. And those are the people that don't understand. They don't get it. You could have $1 million in your pocket. And it's still going to be there. Every day. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with that anxiety. You got to work that courage up to go into the crowd. You got to deal with that. It's hard to do. And you can't do it every day. I get that. I understand that. I really do. But we still got to do what is important for the people that are around us. My girlfriend, your kids, our family, their family. We got to do what's important. No matter how hard it hurts. No matter what's involved. We got to do it. Because we're human. Because we're people. Because we have responsibilities. That's the issue. You got to get through it. It hurts. Responsibilities take place. Things that you got to do in life take place. And you got to do it. No matter what. It gets dark. It gets hard. But everything will have a brighter light to it. Because of the things that I live by, one of the words that I live by is no matter how bad things are going right now in your life, they'll always go that good. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Now, let's get back into this bullshit.
President and any sort of criminal activity. So it's a little early for all of the speculation that's going on. It is not clear by any stretch of the imagination that all of this is going to bring down the president of the United States. There is a lot of I think, unbased speculation from both sides. People on the right going, this is a big nothing, right? They didn't charge him with anything. And people on the left going, they've charged him with something. We're about to get Trump. President Pence is coming. I don't know that any of this is going to be true. So we just don't know enough yet. We do know that something more is happening in the investigation than we thought was happening yesterday. Reuters, by the way, ABC is saying that candidate Trump ordered him to make contact with the Russians. That's what ABC is reporting. Reuters is reporting that Flynn is saying that the transition team ordered him to make contact with the Russians.
Pretty good, man.
It's the transition team that has nothing to do with the campaign. So it's hard even to imagine what the crime would be at that point. The transition team ordering Flynn to talk with the Russians. Like, who cares? Unless we're just going to round up a bunch of people unjustly. And this is something the special counsels have done in the past. You recall that it was special counsel, I believe it was Patrick Fitzgerald, who went after Scooter Libby. Scooter Libby was working for the President of the United States. He's an American lawyer, former advisor to VP Dick Cheney. And you recall that he actually ended up in jail, and he was pardoned by President Trump, or his sentence was commuted, more specifically, by President Bush, because Scooter Libby had apparently fibbed to the FBI. But there's no underlying crimes. They got Scooter Libby for fibbing to the FBI, or obstruction of justice, but he had not actually done anything wrong. There was no underlying crime. Nothing criminal had taken place. He hadn't done it. Nobody in the administration had done it. Basically, remember, that was about Valerie Plame. The situation in that particular case was that Valerie Plame was a covert CIA agent. She was in Washington. She was not really in the field. And there was a leak about her identity after Joe Wilson, her husband, suggested that the Bush administration had lied about yellow cake from Niger being sold to the Iraqi regime. And the person who actually ended up doing it, I believe, was Richard Armitage. That was the person who had ended up leaking it was not, in fact, Scooter Libby. It was Richard Armitage. But Libby had apparently fibbed to the FBI in the process of the investigation, and they decided to go after Libby instead. It was really a bunch of nonsense. They went after him just because they felt like going after him. And that's why President Bush ended up commuting his sentence. He really should have pardoned him. In this particular case, it could be something very similar. We just don't know at this point. So anybody who's telling you it's all over, we know what the story is, Trump is going down, don't believe them at this point. There's just not enough information on that yet for that to be the case. We don't know what Mike Flynn is going to tell the FBI, or what he has told the FBI at this point. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. By the way, it is worth noting also, the White House says that they have no comment on this at this point, which is the proper stance. In the middle of a legal proceeding, the last thing you want to do is start going out and mouthing off. Mike Flynn had made comments in 2016. It's going to get played all over the news today, that if he did a tenth of what Hillary Clinton had done, he would be in jail today. There's a real possibility that is true, by the way, that he really did not do much here, and that he could end up in jail anyway, just because this is the way the political prosecutions go.
We're saying that because if I'm
into the world.
A guy who knows this business, if I did a tenth of what she did, I would be in jail today. So, crooked Hillary Clinton, leave this race now.
So I'm not saying it's a political prosecution. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. So don't buy all the speculation that's going on today. It's time to hold judgment in abeyance until you actually have more information. Okay, so that is big story number one. Big story number two is that Kate Steinle's killer was acquitted yesterday on charges of murder. The facts of the case, I want to give you the entire facts of the case so that you know what the jury may or...
Fatality, was you here for that whole speech that I gave? I didn't mean for that to bum anyone out. I'm just saying. People go through hardships. People go through things. You go through things. Fatality goes through things. Riff goes through things. We all go through things, man. All of us. Some of us deal with it better than others. I'm just saying. My boy Jason wasn't feeling too good. I was trying to help him out.
May not have been doing. So let's begin with what exactly happened. Sarah Rumpf has a very good piece over at Red State talking about what exactly happened in this case. So you recall that during the campaign, the Kate Steinle case came up over and over. Beautiful young woman who was killed on a San Francisco pier by an illegal immigrant. The illegal immigrant had a gun that had been stolen from a federal agent's car, I guess, and the gun had been fired. The guy admitted to killing the girl. The only question was, did he do it, was it an accident, or did he do it on purpose, or was it criminal negligence? So he was charged with second-degree murder. The jury also could have found for involuntary manslaughter. That was on the table as well. It seems to me that second-degree murder was too high a charge, and that involuntary manslaughter seems like the situation that best fits the evidence. This may be a case, to give the best gloss on the jury, this may be a case where the jury was basically thrown off by the prosecutors failing to press the charges properly. That's a possibility here. And I'll explain why in just a second. So here is what is undisputed. On July 1st, 2015, Kate Steinle was fatally struck in the back by a single bullet as she walked on Pier 14 with her father to view the San Francisco Bay. Jose Inés Garcia Zarate was a Mexican citizen illegally in the United States, and he fired the gun that killed Steinle. So first of all, for political reasons, it doesn't matter whether the guy was convicted or not. This guy should not have been in the United States. He had been deported, I believe, 5 times before for 7 separate crimes. If the man had been a citizen in the state of California, he probably would have already been in jail for life, because there's a 3 strikes law in the state of California. Mostly it involves violent crime, not drug offenses. But the idea that he would have been out on the street is absurd. He would not have been out on the street if he'd been convicted of a bunch of different felony drug offenses. He would be in jail right now. He would not be out on the street if he were a citizen. So he actually had the special privilege of being deported, then recrossing the border, coming back, and then, you recall, he was picked up on a drug charge by the local authorities. The feds found out about it. They asked the local authorities to hold him so they could come get him. And because San Francisco is a sanctuary city, he was then released into the general population as well, where he got hold of his gun and killed Kate Steinle. Now, was this a murder or was this an involuntary?
So Kate Steinle, that is what everybody's talking about right now. Probably not the Playroom. Because the Playroom don't give a fuck about anything. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. Anyways, the point is, Kate Steinle died today. Or was it yesterday? For no reason. No reason whatsoever. For 20 cents. Really? Wow. When we come to find out that the gun that killed Kate Steinle was taken out of the cab truck of a Black Lives Matter cab, a truck. I give a fuck if I got 0 viewers, bro. Because nobody understands it. Fine. I won't talk about bullshit. That's cool. Kate Steinle is not bullshit. Kate Steinle died today because of a Black Lives Matter protester that was involved in a situation. My bro ended up inviting me. He must know I'm streaming, so let's go ahead and get into a party with him. Bro, can you hear me? Hello? Yeah. Hold on a second. You know I'm streaming, right? Okay. I can hear you, right?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Alright.
Hello? Hello? Alright, we were watching.
That bottle you I bought the other day?
Manslaughter, I think, is an open question. It's pretty clear to me that this was an involuntary manslaughter. I'll explain to you why in just a second. I'll give you all the legal breakdown, putting on my lawyer hat. But first, I want to say thank you to our sponsors over at the USCCA.
I got a bottle of vodka that's
according to the U.S. Department of Justice, over 34,000 carjackings happen every single year. Do you know how to protect yourself and your family? Tonight? Do you know when it's actually legal to draw a gun? Well, the self-defense experts at the USCCA created a free video series to show you exactly what to do during a deadly carjacking, but it's only free for a limited time. Don't be a victim. It's great. It gives you all the information that you need. Go to defendmyfamilynow.com for 100% free instant access. That's defendmyfamilynow.com for 100% free instant access.
I got nobody in my stream, so I'll stop it right now. We can play whatever you want.
Turn the tables on any attacker in under 2 seconds. You'll need more than basic skills that you've learned at the range if you actually want to be able to defend yourself. That's why you need to go over to my friends at USCCA and get the training.
Can you hear me, shitface?
Free training. It's free, but only for now. So go to defendmyfamilynow.com for 100% free access. 100% free access. DefendMyFamilyNow.com. This ends really soon, so do it now. DefendMyFamilyNow.com. Alrighty, so here is the case for the defense. So basically, what happened is that this piece of garbage illegal immigrant, and he's not a piece of garbage because he's an illegal immigrant. He's a piece of garbage who is an illegal immigrant. He was walking around on the pier, and he has the gun. The defense says that he found the gun on the pier. Okay, this is like the lamest excuse ever. How many times have you been walking around and just find a gun lying around? You're walking around and boom, look, there's a gun. Okay, it never happens. And the idea that this happens in San Francisco on a regular basis is insane. San Francisco has some of the tightest gun laws in the nation. So he says that he's walking around, he finds a gun, he picks it up, he goes, a gun! He picks it up, and then magically the gun just goes off. It is clear from the evidence that the bullet hit the cement before it hit Steinle. So it wasn't like he picked up the gun, aimed it at Steinle, shot her in the back. Okay, he picked up the gun, he fired it, it bounced off the concrete, it hit Kate Steinle in the back, it killed her. And the defense was that he's a moron. That basically he was walking around, hey look, a gun. He picks it up, it goes boom in his hand for no reason at all. It's just a pure accident. The bullet bounces, skips off the concrete, and hits Kate Steinle in the back, and she dies.
I poured my heart out,
the problem with this particular theory is severalfold. One, the gun had been missing for 4 days from a federal agent's car. Somehow it just winds up in the hands of this illegal immigrant. Criminal, repeat criminal. It's just magic. It wasn't like a normal person who found it on the boardwalk over at the San Francisco Pier. It wasn't me, it wasn't you. It was an illegal immigrant who's been deported 5 times.
You gotta have my
just magically. Amazing how that works. He picks it up. They question him, and during the questioning, he says that he was trying to fire it at the seals. He saw a seal out there, or a sea lion. He was trying to fire it at the sea lion, and then his story changed. He said that it fired by accident.
What's your parents talking about?
According to the San Francisco Chronicle, defense lawyers said the shooting was an accident that happened when Garcia Zarate, who had a history of drug crimes but no record of violence, found the gun wrapped in a T-shirt or cloth under his seat on the pier just seconds before it discharged in his hands. Because that's what I do. When I see like a bundle of cloth under my seat at a public pier, I reach down and start investigating, and if I find a gun, I go, a gun! Okay, Matt Gonzalez of the Public Defender's Office said his client had never handled a gun. Yes, I'm sure. And was scared by the noise, prompting him to fling the weapon into the bay. Okay, so number one, if you accidentally fire a gun, so apparently he says he was scared by the noise. It wasn't that he shot the woman and then thought that he would be convicted of it, and so he threw the evidence away into the bay. Instead, he took the gun and he threw it in the bay because he was scared by the noise. That's what I do.
Anyway.
When my child scares me, when my child makes a really loud noise and we're by the ocean, I just take my kid and fling him in the ocean. Let me just tell you, this is something that normal people do on a regular basis. Oh my God, a car backfired. Let's drive it into the ocean. That's something that you're scared of the fight. Oh my God, a gun made noise? What is this? Boom, boom stick. Okay, during the trial, jurors watched video from Garcia Zarate's 4-hour police interrogation in which he offered varying statements about his actions on the pier. Number one, when someone constantly changes their story, that's a pretty good indicator they're not telling the truth. At one point, he said he had aimed at a sea animal. At another point, he said the gun had been under a rag that lay on the ground near the waterfront and that it fired when he stepped on it. Gonzalez said it was clear in the video. By the way, guns don't fire when you step on them. Just note to everybody, there are people who are saying that it was a Sig Sauer, and this is a Sig Sauer with a quick trigger because it was basically set up for a federal agent who knows how to use it. It only had 4 pounds of trigger pressure. Okay, even if it only has 4 pounds of trigger pressure, you can't step on a gun and it fires. Okay, as a typical rule.
No.
It's extraordinarily rare. Like, something has to actually push on the trigger in order to make the gun fire. That's not how guns fire, unless the hammer was already
talking about this. You know about this?
Gonzalez said it was clear in the video that he did not fully understand what the officers were asking through an officer's Spanish translation. Well,
you know what he's talking about?
That's sort of his problem. I mean, they're speaking Spanish to him. It's not like they're speaking English.
It's the girl that got shot today.
Surveillance
or yesterday.
The camera positioned a quarter mile away.
Was it yesterday or today? The girl that got shot over 20 cents.
A group of 6 people gathered at the spot. Gonzalez said it was possible those people had discarded the gun that killed Steinle. Yes, I'm sure that's what happened. 6 people just gathered and decided that instead of throwing the gun in the bay to discard the gun, which is 5 feet away, they decided what would be better. We need to get rid of this gun. You know what we'll do? We'll just leave it lying around. Best idea I've ever had. We're not going to take this gun, toss it in the bay. No. We're just going to leave it right here for some poor, unsuspecting illegal immigrant to find and randomly shoot a lady. Okay, so Steinle was not hit directly, but rather the bullet hit the concrete ground and ricocheted up to hit her. The gun was a Sig Sauer, had been stolen 4 days prior. The defense also presented evidence that the Sig Sauer had the propensity to accidentally fire. So it has a hair trigger in single action mode. Apparently, among well-trained users, it has a lengthy history of accidental discharges. Okay, accidental discharges does not mean that you have not acted with criminal negligence. If you pick up a gun and you point it anywhere near the vicinity of people and your hand is anywhere near the trigger, that does not count as a pure accident. Okay, a gun is a dangerous weapon. Everyone knows this. Okay, this is why you are taught, when you buy a gun, when you train with a gun, you are taught, never point the gun anywhere you are not willing to kill somebody. Never point the gun anywhere you're not willing to destroy. Never have your finger anywhere near the trigger if you don't mean to fire it. Okay, but the idea is that, again, this guy's a dunce, and he walks up, and he doesn't know what a gun is. It just looks like a fancy.
Oh, hey, there's a gun sitting here.
And then, boom, it goes off in his hand because he never even touched the trigger. Okay, this is, so they say that this...
Okay, I'm just going to pause Ben just for a minute. The fact that this was taken, the gun, okay, listen to me for a second. The gun was taken out of a Bureau of Land Management. Do you know who these people are? The BLM. You heard of them? The BLM, not Black Lives Matter. The Bureau of Land Management. You ever heard of them? They were governed by the government of Arizona, which was Harry Reid at the time. And now they're acting alone as a rogue element, which is an unelected body of government, which is called the Black Lives Matter, which is a lot of people would think is what it's called. But it's not. It's called the Bureau of Land Management, BLM. And now this gun, who allegedly killed the Stanley character, is out of a BLM truck. Now that right there, to me, spells all kinds of bullshit. I smell it in the air. Because the BLM is a corrupt organization controlled by a corrupt motherfucker. And you mean to tell me that this illegal immigrant just happened to find a firearm that was inside of a BLM truck to kill poor Stanley girl? That seems like a bunch of fucking bullshit to me. I'm just saying.
Is the defense presenting a reasonable doubt case. And they said he's a homeless illegal immigrant, unfamiliar with the gun, and that's why. Okay, so I think that what happened here, if you're trying to make the best case for the jury, is that there was a prosecutorial overreach. So they pushed hard for a first-degree murder verdict or a second-degree murder verdict, which suggests that you must have intent. Right? That you have to have intent to have killed. Involuntary manslaughter does not require intent. So the prosecutor...
Intent. Intent! Are you fucking kidding me? We're talking about some of the biggest, corruptest fucking pieces of shit organizations on planet Earth. The BLM. Controlled by some of the corruptest, most pieces of shit on planet Earth. Talking about how it was an illegal immigrant that killed a fucking innocent girl. And you gotta tell me it was reparations. It was an accident. Oops, my bad. Come on now.
In this case said that he was playing like a game of Russian roulette in his head and just shot the lady. That's weak. What they should have charged was involuntary manslaughter. They overcharged, which a lot of prosecutors do. They overcharged. What they should have done is charge involuntary manslaughter. Second-degree murder in California is willful but not deliberate. Like, for example, you fire a gun into a crowded room. You don't mean to kill any specific person, but you know there's a good possibility somebody is going to die. Willful but not deliberate. Involuntary manslaughter in California, the standard is without malice, without intent to kill, with reckless disregard for human life. So the difference between involuntary manslaughter and excusable accident is participation in either an unlawful act not amounting to a felony.
Oh man, California laws get me going, don't they? Blah, 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 blah. This motherfucker knew what he was doing. You gonna give me that bullshit? You really think he didn't know what he was doing? Come on. You believe that? I got a bridge to sell you. You know what I'm saying? You believe this motherfucker didn't know what he was doing? I got a bridge to sell you. Hell, I got air to sell you. I got water to sell you. You know what I'm saying? You a gullible motherfucker. That's all I'm trying to say.
So that'd be picking up an illegal gun, or a lawful act involving a high degree of risk of death or great bodily injury. That would involve picking up a gun and pointing it anywhere in the vicinity of people. And in fact, there's a law firm out here in California that has a defense law firm that has a very good rundown on this law. And the exact example they use of involuntary manslaughter is a woman who's in a fight with her husband, brandishing a gun at her husband. The gun accidentally goes off and kills her husband. Right? That falls under involuntary manslaughter. Okay, Jeff Sessions has a statement on this. Was clearly involuntary manslaughter. The jury could have found that. It's possible they decided to just throw out everything because the prosecutor didn't do their job. But whatever it is, this is an unjust...
See, this is why I like Ben Shapiro, because he doesn't really play into the emotions of the case. He just kind of states the facts. I can play into the emotions. I don't give a fuck. It's my channel. I can do what I want. I tell you right now, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I hope whatever comes to this motherfucker comes to this motherfucker. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You got a truck out of a Black Lives Matter truck? I'm sorry. I'm not Black Lives Matter. I'm retarded. Sorry. Bureau of Land Management. I'm ridiculously sorry. Wow. Bureau of Land Management. You got this pistol out of a Bureau of Land Management truck. And you expect me to believe that this shit isn't draped in conspiracy? I'm sorry. There's something fishy fucking going on. I don't feel bad. Whatever happens to this motherfucker, happens to this motherfucker. I hope he gets what he deserves. Anyways.
Verdict. The guy should be in prison for a very long time for at least involuntary manslaughter. And beyond that, the reason this is a political issue is because this bastard never should have been in the United States in the first place. He should not have been here.
Boom!
President Trump, when he says we need a wall, the reason we need a wall is because it's not enough to just repeatedly...
Listen, and I don't exactly agree with the wall. I don't think my boy Braun does either. We don't exactly agree with the wall. But amnesty needs not to take place under the guidelines of people that want to do harm to our country. I'm sorry. Sanctuary cities are not going to protect these motherfuckers. I'm dead serious. Listen to me when I tell you. People are going to get sick of it eventually. Eventually, people are going to push back. And these sanctuary cities that house these types of criminal activities are going to be swiftly fucking dealt with. Not maybe today, not maybe tomorrow, but eventually. And these things are going to happen. Now, what's going to happen? I don't know exactly. But the people that control these groups, the Bureau of Land Management, the type of people that are killing these girls like the Stanley lady, they're going to have to deal with some of the backlash that happens with some of the other people, some of the more radical groups that are in the streets. You understand what I'm trying to say? Harry Reid. Listen to what I'm trying to say. Harry Reid is the progenitor and the founder and the more productive member of the BLM. Okay? So, if you're wondering what accusations or these people or guidelines or what they're acting under, listen to me when I tell you. Harry Reid, that's the name you're looking for. That's the name you want to research. Where do these people get off? Harry Reid. Where did they get their money? Harry Reid. Where did they get their guidelines? Harry Reid. Look it up. He was the governor of Arizona. And these are the things that are happening. So glad I live in Maine. That's all I can tell you. So glad I live in Maine. Now, let me swing it to you another perspective. There's a man named John Jenkins. He's an independent source. He's running for governor of Maine, and I'm going to vote for him. Just so you know. Just so Braun knows, just so everybody knows. I'm voting for John Jenkins. He's a black man. He's an independent party. He's willing to listen to the small guy. Hell, we sat down and had conversations over Chinese food about Antifa. And bro, I'm so glad Antifa never went anywhere. Didn't. November 4th came, and it was a flop. And you should have seen the boys that showed up on our side, on Braun's side, on my side, on your side. You should have seen the bros that showed up with tactical gear and rifles and all sorts of tactical situations and ready to go. Man, proud of my soldiers, proud of my people. I'm proud of my Americans. Ready to assemble in the name of justice, in the name of freedom. You motherfuckers are badass. Y'all know who I'm talking to. I don't give a fuck if there's 2 people in my stream. Fuck them. Y'all know who I'm talking to. The real badass. The real badass motherfuckers. The people that can carry 1,000-pound deer outside of the woods. The people that can pack and make leather. The people that know what's up. The people that can build a fire. The people that can use a Brillo pad. The people that can use saran wrap and water and make a fucking fire. Y'all know who I'm talking to. The real survivalists. The real people of this goddamn age. When the lights go out, we're the motherfuckers that are gonna save you. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But, what do y'all think? What does Braun think? What do we think about this man? Okay. From what we understand, the pistol that he used to kill the girl came out of a Bureau of Land Management truck, which we all understand is under the ideology of a corrupt regime by the man named Harry Reid. And we all know Harry Reid to be a piece of fucking shit. A scumbag. We can go over it. Why bother? Take my word for it. Do your own research if you like. Take my word for it. So this man got his hands on a pistol, shot the ground, and it ricocheted and hit this poor lady. Killed her. What y'all think of that?
Sounds like another inside job.
Sounds like some bullshit. Sounds like some fucking bullshit. I'm not trying to drag this out too far, but sounds like some bullshit. That's all I'm trying to say. Las Vegas shooting. This girl that had to die for no fucking reason, it seems. The people, the travesty that they got to deal with. Right around holiday season. I wanted to play guitar today. I was too drunk to do it. Too drunk.
What kind of vodka you get?
I got Absolute Red Berry. I'll pop it up on the screen right now. Bam. Swedish vodka. Absolute Red Berry. I drank half this bitch. I'm pretty hammered, as you can tell. Whoops.
I hear it in your voice a little bit.
I'm making sense still, but I'm feeling good. Ain't nobody in this stream, so there must be more better people streaming than me. That's why I'm ready to end this bitch, play some games. So, anybody that was hanging out with me, thank you for streaming, thank you for hanging. I'm gonna go ahead and pop out of this bitch, go ahead and play some games with my brothers. Hit the goddamn like if you liked it. Hit the subscribe if you're new. We'll check you later. Peace out, motherfuckers.